Good evening, everyone. Well, now that almost all my colleagues have spoken, I would just like to substantiate to what they've already said by adding a few points. But firstly, it's so good to see all of you taking out your time and come here physically to see all of us. It's so good to see such good Indian faces on a foreign soil. Feels like home. And as you all know, we have been on this global outreach program from the last 6 days. We have been to 2 other countries before coming to Singapore. Tomorrow we leave for Indonesia, then we go to Malaysia. Well, like Aparajita ji has said, all of you are the true ambassadors of this great nation. I think we all need to know that our strength is our unity in diversity. You look at I was just wondering, when I walked in, I got into the stage and was seeing everyone's attire. You have a Kerala wearing a kurta pajama and you have a Bengali and a Bihari wearing a suit. I mean, that's something most of you have not seen. That's what India's strength, that's where India's strength lies. And all of us have been really emphasizing on the fact that this is a multi-party, rather all-party delegation, where you have members from the opposition parties as well, you have members from the Indian National Congress, you have members from All India Trinamool Congress, you have members from the CPIM, you have former diplomats. I mean, our strength is unity in diversity. A lot of people, especially the people who doesn't follow politics closely, thinks that what will be the opposition stand when it comes to national security or sovereignty of the country. Well, I might differ with the ruling dispensation of the political party. I will continue to fight with them tooth and nail, will not budge an inch from my fight. But when it comes to the national security of my country, I will stand firmly and serve towards what is in the best interest of my nation. I will not let my political petty interests come in the way of my national interest of my nation. And that is why we are all here for. We have been meeting dignitaries, strategic thinkers, luminaries, high-ranking government officials, think tanks, and conveying this message of countering terrorism and putting an end to this menace for once and all. All of us have been wondering that how do we put an end to this? The lady sitting at the second table asked the right question by saying that this has been continuing for so long. It's a 5-decade conflict. How do we put an end to this? Well, all of us need to do our bit. We have been doing our bit by visiting several countries, attending programs that all of us are meant to do. All of you need to do your bit as well. I agree with the fact that the global narrative has been captured in a different way, and I couldn't agree with this gentleman more. Well, I definitely try and convey this message to the ruling dispensation, but the only way to do that is when the parliament is in session. Otherwise, I'll convey the members of the ruling dispensation are here, and I'm sure that they will convey it to their political colleagues or the ones at the hem of the government as well. So I agree with him. But we also need to realize that, we need to raise this in our circles as well. In universities, in boardrooms, in classrooms, in, interacting with friends, wherever we go, in civic society, wherever we go, we need to do our bit. You have so many evidence out in the public domain where you see high-ranking military park officials, and there are not 1 or 2, there are many in numbers. You have high-ranking Pakistani military generals, officials, attending funeral meets of labeled terrorists. Where else do you see this? I mean, what else can we offer you as evidence? You need to raise this, you need to further amplify this flag this in your social media handles. I'm sorry, but we have an ex-diplomat with us. But I believe that in today's time, social media plays a pivotal role, and Twitter threads travel faster than diplomatic cables. So we need to up our ante as well. We need to do our bit. And there are so many evidence, like I was saying, in public domain. The TRF, for example, they took the responsibility for that attack within 24 hours of the attack. And TRF is nothing but a proxy of Lashkar-e-Taiba, which is a UN-designated terror organization. Every terrorist is found in Pakistan. We need to raise these arguments with our friends, with our influencer, friends in our circles. Then where is Osama bin Laden found? Was he found fishing in one of the water bodies in Bengal? Was he found relishing in one of the beaches in Goa? Was he found at the backwaters of Kerala? He was found in Abbottabad. Where is Abbottabad? Who is Tahur Rana? Who is Ajmal Kasab? Who is Hafiz Said? Where did it come from? Pakistan has been nurturing, harboring, shielding, protecting terrorists. Time and again, they've carried out these terror attacks. And I'm the only person, rather, there might be a lot of people from the opposition, but to my knowledge, I may be wrong. I said publicly that Pakistan should be taught the lesson in the language they understand. It's time we teach them a lesson in the language they understand. And India carried out those airstrikes. I would like all of you to give a great round of applause for Indian Air Forces. Spend days of vigilance, countless sleepless nights to ensure that India and the rest of Indians across the globe sleep fearlessly, without a night of fear. We carried out those airstrikes and eventually destroyed 9 terror infrastructure without endangering a single civilian life. This is India, firm in resolve, yet honorable in action. And look at Pakistan. Pakistan is that parent, I was thinking in my mind, when we were kids, we have all these friends where you have supportive parents, where the parents will come up and say, oh, my kid is an angel. He will not do anything. Even if you see that kid sitting in broad daylight and doing something wrong, the parent will still come up and say, oh, my kid is an angel. Pakistan is that parent. He thinks Tahur Rana is an angel. He thinks Osama bin Laden is an angel. Oh, he's my little boy. So we need to understand that we also need to do our bit. And we should also, while we go back to our country, we also meet a lot of people. We should also make it a point, and I thank all of you for embracing Indianness more than Indians living in the country. I think Indians abroad or living in foreign soil embraces India's culture, India's rich legacy, heritage more than any Indian living in Indian soil. So I want all of you, when you go back to the country, like one of my friends was mentioning that we should include Pakistan in the textbooks to, inflict this in the next generation's mind that Pakistan is a terror. We don't need to, sir. Why do we give so much importance? Pakistan is a rebel country which has supported terrorist and terror organization, and we have been saying this on record, that any country, if it stays neutral, staying neutral is an inadvertent act of supporting terror. So it's time everyone need to rise high on the moral ground. We don't need to teach this to our children. We have not even started a war. A lot of people are calling it a war. It's a conflict. India has not even started a war. We have only carried out airstrikes by neutralizing those terror infrastructure. We have done it in 2019. But you also need to raise it with your influencer friends, with your colleagues, who are can be of different nationalities. That India cannot continue to be a victim of terrorism. Our stand is pretty much clear. You fire, we fire. You stop, we stop. उधर से गोली चलेगा तो इधर से गोला चलेगा. उधर से प्यार मोहब्बत बरसाएंगे तो हम भी अपना दिल में बिठाएंगे. Simple. We come from the land of Gandhi. We should be the last one to talk about violence, attacks, war. We want peace. We are a peace-loving nation. I've been telling this to everyone. A lot of people in the other countries that we visited, especially our journalist friends, they thought India has not initiated a dialogue with Pakistan. India has been talking with Pakistan from there have been changes in government, there have been changes in Prime Minister, President, but one thing remained constant is the conflict with Pakistan. Because they will never change. So a lot of people think that we are not engaged with Pakistan in a dialogue. In 2016, when the airstrikes were carried out, when the terror attacks were carried out in Pathankot and Uri, Pakistan wanted to call for a joint investigation. India honored that commitment by going forward and starting a joint investigation. We gave all the intelligence inputs that we had to the Pakistan counterparts. We gave call data records, we gave, voice samples, we gave all the evidence that we had. But Pakistan failed to act. When you give Pakistan the right to joint investigate, it's like giving a thief the right to investigate his own robbery or a heist which he only has committed. And that's not going to work. So I will urge all of you to make sure that India's voice is heard. We have no place for terror, neither for terror in our land, or neither do we have any place for terror in our minds. And India is not alone in this fight. All of you are here as India's ambassadors carrying the mantra or message of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We have embraced everyone. That's what we are. If unity and diversity is our strength, we are strong in adversities as well. And I would like all of you, not just for the next 15 days, 20 days or 1 month, do it every day. Do it every day. Whatever you said to us, do it every day till the time Pakistan stops and understands the power and might, the vigor and wits of 140 crore Indians. Thank you very much.